sometimes it's the things that are the best for us that we have the hardest time doing. Hi, my name is Ria and I am the founder of Hope Forge, and today I am going to give 5 tips using nudge theory from behavioral economics to help you sleep better in ways that are not going to require a lot of effort or intent on your part after you do the initial setup. So first, what is nudging? Nudging is actually a theory that came about from behavioral economics and was coined by academics Richard Thaler and Cass Sunstein. And they actually wrote a book called Nudge: Improving Decisions About Health, Wealth, and Happiness. So if you're interested in the long form version, then definitely check it out. And basically, their entire idea is that nudge is a concept that can help people flexibly improve their lives and manage change, and also manage unhelpful influences, where you take existing influences on our lives and we just set them up a little bit better so that we are more successful in getting to a particular outcome. So unlike forcing a person to do something and saying, you're going to get punished or there are going to be consequences for not doing it, instead this is either gamifying a thing or making it to a person's benefit to do a thing, but still leaving that free choice for them, which is a huge, huge part of nudge theory. So what are some generic examples of nudge theory? Joining a gym. Joining a gym is actually a huge high bar that not only is it difficult to achieve because it costs financial resources, often time that people don't have, and even transportation. What if a gym isn't close to you? And then you have to sustain it with the energy of going all the time. Instead, making it easier for a person to be healthy by potentially encouraging them or ourselves to use the stairs, and either just take the stairs going to and from home or work, or potentially doing a couple of additional rounds. So these are examples of general nudges. When it comes to sleeping, we hear a lot about how sleep is very important. Sleep is basically the time when our brains and our bodies are cleansed of all of the accumulation of the day, and we go through a massive healing process. Also, our brains, they sort through a lot of the information and data that we have been bombarded with, which is why a lot of times we'll wake up and we'll have the solution to a problem we've been grappling with potentially for hours or days. So sleep is very important for us. So here are 5 tips using nudging that will help us listen to our better angels and get better sleep, but still help us retain freedom of choice. The first one is one that I know some of us will have a lot of problems with, but it really is a net boon, and that is removing TVs from the bedroom. If you are one of those people where you have a TV in the bedroom and the last thing you do before you go to bed is you turn on that TV and watch it falling asleep, the TV actually can disrupt our sleep. And so even if we are still falling asleep at the time we decide, we often will have worse sleep if we have it on. And so removing that from the bedroom area so that we can't immediately just turn it on. That doesn't mean you won't have any TVs. I'm not saying get rid of all TVs. This is not extreme minimalism. Just take it away from the bedroom and see how that works. So that's nudge number 1. The second nudge is if you actually do something that I do and have a bottle of pre-made aromatherapy spray right near your bed to go and spritz on your pillow, then that can help you have improved sleep depending on the scents that you use. And again, these are essential oils, but if you use lavender, rosemary, and eucalyptus, those are 3 relatively inexpensive essential oils. You mix them in with some water. I usually use for about a half cup of water. I like it strong, but I will do about 5 drops of lavender, 5 drops of rosemary, and then maybe about 2 drops of eucalyptus. I then just leave it next to my bed. And before I go to sleep, as I'm about to get into bed. So this is incredibly low bar, lazy Ria. I spritz all over the bed and then I roll in. And on the nights when I remember to do this, I sleep better. So that's option number 2. Another thing that you can do is locate all of the USB adapters for your wall plugs and have them out of arm's reach so that when you plug in your cell phones, your iPad, everything else, you do not have it so that you can just roll over, grab your electronics, and then keep surfing while you are in bed. I am guilty of this, but when I do plug in my phone and it's out of my arm's reach, I don't unintentionally stay up for another hour and a half, and I do sleep better. So another nudge, keep those plugs far away and make sure that you only have short, maybe 3-foot extension cords for your electronics. Another thing that you can do is auto time your thermostat or your air conditioner to start flooding your bedroom with cool air about an hour to at most a half an hour before you go to bed. And what this does is when the temperature is colder, we sleep better at night. And so if you have any kind of auto timer that you can set up on your air conditioning system, then definitely do so, because it will help you sleep. Even if it's not more quickly, it will help you sleep better throughout the entire night. And the fifth tip that I have for that final nudge is, let's say you're someone where you set goals and you have a goal to get to bed and get to sleep at a certain time each night, but you miss it more often than not. What you can do is, if you track when you go to sleep, give yourself a reward for each week that you exceed your average number of on-track bedtimes. What do I mean by that? That was not really clear. Let's say, as an example, you want to get to bed at 9:30 each night, but you actually tend to get to bed at 9:30 once a week. Just once, despite your best intentions. Well, for the first couple of weeks, set yourself not just a goal, but a reward where you're going to do something for yourself that you wouldn't normally do if you make it to bed twice in a week at 9:30. And for each week that you increase the number of nights, you can have a better and a more desirable reward that you're going to give yourself. So those are the 5 nudges. Recapping them: remove all the TVs from your bedroom. Keep a bottle of pre-made aromatherapy spray next to your bed. Locate all USB plugs out of arm's reach. Auto time your bedroom thermostat so that it starts getting cool in there about an hour to at most half an hour before you go to sleep. And finally, reward yourself. Each week, you exceed a certain number of times going to bed when you want to above your average. Talk to you next week.